Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. We got a little impromptu replay cast that we're doing, and I even brought a friend this time around. Yes, I'm not co-casting with you, Sarah. She wasn't saying enough, so we're giving her a break. And we're bringing in Weenus. How's it going?
Hello, hello. It's going quite well. Thank you for having me. How are you, sir?
Oh, just another night in the Nexus. And, I'm going to spend as much time as I can here, because once I go to bed tomorrow, I got to go back to work. So, better here than,
ripperoni.
All right.
Well, thank you for spending your vacation with us.
Oh, of course. Always. All right. Well, since this is a replay cast, we don't got to wait on everybody else. We can go directly into the game. So, we're going to hit play in 3, 2, 1, go! And we'll move on over to the end game. On the left, we have Tass, though, here in Division C West. We've got Berger on the Varian. Trevorano going to be on the Stukov Tea Time. Going to be playing the Zul'jin. Cryptdigger on the Jaina. And Kurt Dog is going to be playing the Johanna.
And I have the wrong replay file open.
No!
I'm in the wrong map. I'll be joining you shortly. Carry on, my friend.
No, we can pause it. It's fine. This is
like, this is a different team on the other side. All right, very good.
Wait, is this the one we're supposed to be doing? Tass though versus Dive Hard?
That is correct.
Okay.
I think game 1 is Infernal Shrines and game 2 is Alterac Pass, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
No, yeah, maybe, I don't know. We could just switch. It's not too late.
No, you're all set up. I will adapt and overcome.
The teams are going to be like,
right.
oh, they casted them in the wrong order.
Well, I mean, this is what happens with I blame Blizzard for all of the hardship of trying to get replay casts working. Once it's past a patch, it makes it that much harder to really get rocking and rolling.
Good.
I couldn't even get sound, so I'm glad Jason decided to run this so we could at least hear the sound.
It's like,
that's good
stuff. News, everyone. We fixed 3 pixels in the right corner of the map in Alterac Pass. Here's a new patch, so none of your replays work anymore.
Absolutely. All right, I'm just catching up here so that I can get to 01 on the game clock.
Yeah, we were at 01. Nailed it.
Okay, I think I'm caught up. So here we go. I'm going to click play in 3, 2, 1, play. And over here on the right-hand side, we have Dive Hard on red team.
Yes.
We have Gunslinger on Muradin. We have Nuck on Kel'Thuzad. Tin on Phoenix, Curly on Waitmane, and Wise Guy on Tyrael.
We're going to have to make this a new nightly thing, Venus. I'm already having tons of fun. We do have 5v5 here in the mid, and the Kel'Thuzad is going to be working on doing his damnedest to try and get those stacks out early. We'll bring up the talents for you guys. And oh shit, that's huge. Those talents are massive. Yeah, never mind. They're on top too. Never mind. I'm not bringing that up this time around. We're doing it live. Tin rotating to the top.
Phoenix.
Yeah, they're trying to get him, but Cryptdigger.
4 stacks already.
So we do have Lions not coming out here for Varian, so would normally expect to see more of a taunt build for that, but if he's in the solo, you almost kind of expect Twin Blades right now.
Yeah, gonna let Johanna do most of the tanking and take a lot of that, and we're gonna get more probably some kind of cruiser build out of Varian. We'll see what happens there.
Oh man, sorry guys, the sound is just way the heck up there, so we are gonna just bring it all down by about 50%. And
Siege camp getting picked up by Dive Hard.
Are you still at 117? I think I might be ahead of you now.
All right, very good. Well, I'll catch up with you when you get to where I am.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Now at least I'll know the next time we open the replay to change the sound up a little bit.
Yeah, you were getting too much sound. I wasn't getting any. Perfect.
Hashtag just Blizzard things. All right, so Tea Time holding down the mid. Nice camp grab timing by Dive Hard there, so they've got this pushing. This Bruiser camp on this map, Weenus, is just a little too powerful.
And it comes up often.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's already going to be up in another minute, in about another minute from now. So, like, you can just spam get that camp over and over and over again. And, you know, there's no objective directly in the middle. So it's always going to be pushing whether you're either bottom or top.
Yeah, Curly doing Tea Time some favors here in the mid, allowing him to stack up a little bit on that, on those basic attacks. Meanwhile, Stun not quite finding its mark. Tea Time actually gets hit by the chain, but there's nothing really to chain him to. Berger comes in with the taunt on the other side, and for now, both teams are going to have to walk away from this.
Well, interesting. We do get that taunt on Varian, so maybe they'll be a little bit more locked down, be able to keep Phoenix from teleporting away. Same for KTZ. Once you get close to him, if you avoid all of his slows and stuns, you want to keep him from getting away again.
Yeah, I think I like that call overall from the side of Tass, though. They have plenty of damage with the Zul'jin and the Jaina, but meanwhile, Zul'jin being chased just to hell and back here. Tea Time just trying to save as much time as possible, and will actually force them to rotate quite a long ways. So we're going to see little advantage gained here by Tass, though, taking their camp and having that push to the mid, something that Dive Hard is probably going to want to answer to sooner rather than later here.
Turning Tea Time into respawn time. Here come both teams on this objective. A huge silence coming out from Stukov. There's the taunt onto KT. Trying to back up a little bit. Varian's taking some damage. It's going to walk it off. Kurt Dog out in the front. And no deaths there.
Yeah, both.
Quick little tussle.
Yeah, both teams walking away. Nice zoning from Tass, though. Even down the Zul'jin, able to discourage Dive Hard from coming in and capturing that prisoner camp. Now we'll see from over the wall, a Nuck, trying to find the chain, but not quite finding it. The root comes out, though. That'll be a couple of nice stacks. And the side of Dive Hard, they have a lot of poke to deny this.
Yeah, absolutely. They just couldn't get that channel in. Kept getting interrupted. Very, very nice use of abilities there.
Meanwhile, Berger is deep in enemy territory here, trying to take on the members of Tass, though. They group up really hard for that condemn, but a nice chain in response. But meanwhile, on the back end, Stukov able to cap the prisoner camp, and now it's charging for the side of Tass, though.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but Stukov actually channels this faster because of his huge hand.
Really?
Onto KTZ, getting stunned, having to back up a little bit, trying to get that counter channel in, but Muradin can't quite lock it, keeps getting interrupted. 8 seconds to go, but that Tass is getting very low and will have to back off, and this channel is going to cancel. Here we go. 6.8 seconds left.
You know, Weenus, I have heard that people with larger appendages do get the job done faster, so good for Stukov there. But meanwhile, we are going to see the channel interrupted by the side of Dive Hard. Both teams going to reset and come back here. Tass, though, wanting level 7, so see if they're able to soak that up in time.
11 stacks of Fingers of Frost on Jaina, 19 Lion's Maw on Varian. Here comes the next engage. 28 now stacks of advanced targeting on Phoenix. Getting those stacks in almost a 30.
And by the way, what's up, Ace? Yeah, we can't sleep either, so, you know, what else better to do than just go ahead and cast a game? But here comes Tass, though, being very aggressive without level 7. And Tea Time is going to end up going down here. The chains coming out. Taunt on the back end, though. Nice cleanse coming in from Curly. And just like that, Berger is going to be in all kinds of trouble trying to get out. The stun comes down. That's going to be 2 for nothing. Kurt Dog trying to retreat. Will be able to pop the Iron Skin to finally be able to get away. And now Dive Hard is going to be the one capping here, trying to free their prisoner.
Very good. I have paused and restarted a little bit because I think I was a little bit ahead of you. I don't want to be able to tell the future.
You don't want to be clairvoyant, Weenus?
That's right. Well, I need all the extra time I can get to call out these fights. Here's the re-engage. It's going to be about to be 5v5. KTZ taking a lot of damage backing off. Kurt Dog trying to isolate Gunslinger, but he's just going to hop right on over. Taunt coming out onto Tyrael. Oh, but there's a huge root, and it's going to be Stukov who is the first to fall as this combat continues. Phoenix hops back in, trying to get more damage out, but falls himself.
Yeah, you're still a little bit clairvoyant here, but Berger charging in, and I just think the members of that Tass, though, staying in just a little bit too long as multiple members low on both sides. But I will say this much, Tass, though, not quite able to get the job done in terms of stopping the camp capture. So it's a nice job by Dive Hard, staying in long enough and keeping that objective capping to be able to get the first set of generals marching out in these lanes.
Absolutely, and they had a lot of ground to make up as well. There's only 6.8 seconds or so left on the Tass, though, channel, and they're able to come back, pick it up.
Yeah, huge
one strategy
there.
One strategy that I want to see a lot more of, I don't think I will, is I want to see the team to go scoot around the objective and restart their own channel.
Yeah, the sneaky backdoor. That's cool
really,
mechanic
really
on
fun
this one.
Yeah, when it happens, it's really cool, but it's very rare because I think it's hard to pull off and risky.
Right, you put yourself completely open to a flank in that situation, but Gunslinger coming in on the back end, trying to find Stukov out, but nice juke, and now the turnaround is real. That Tass, though, putting a lot of damage down. The slows are here, and T-Time is laying out the damage. Curly getting so low, Whitemane is going to go down. Wise Guy also trying to make his way out of here, will be able to throw down the speed, and it's going to make it out just fine. But the top lane getting massive value here, Weenus.
Yeah, so much chase value from Jaina's slows. Really, it'll secure those kills, and no matter what CC you have to get away, like when you're being chased by 3 or 4 members of the enemy team and Jaina's slowing you, that's going to be just a, kind of delaying the inevitable. Tens are now out for both teams. For Dive Hard, looking at Avatar and Murden, Shadowfisher on KTZ, Planet Cracker, yes, on Phoenix, Scarlet Aegis on Whitemane, and Sanctification on Tyrael.
And on the side of that Tass, though, they're still being locked in, but it's going to be Taz Dingo for the Zul'jin, and we already saw Taunt come out for Varian, of course, Ring of Frost, along with Flailing Swipe and the Blessed Shield.
Ooh, a big double kill there. Stukov claiming the kills, but really getting set up by Berger. It's Phoenix and KTZ that both fall.
Yeah, big ring coming in.
Getting a lot of value out of this taunt. Yeah, and ring, of course.
Yeah, a lot of damage, a lot of combo potential if they're able to coordinate these ults and use them, with the Blessed Shield along with that taunt. They've got a lot of setup, a lot of follow-up damage. As long as we have the Flailing Swipe held and we don't see the counter synergy come in maybe later in the game. I like what Tass, though, has in terms of their equipment for these team fights.
Absolutely, they're getting it done. They're still a little bit, they're almost tied as far as experience, almost tied as far as kills as well. 4-5, favoring Dive Hard. I think it's really going to come down to, as always, the late game objectives. You're going to win team fights when you're 20 minutes in. It's going to count a lot more than when you're in 4 minutes.
So why do you think Tin went with the laser beam here on the Phoenix? Well, why Planet Cracker, Weenus?
Planet Cracker, interesting. I think there's not a whole lot of tight passages in this map, at least in the middle, but there are some around these objectives. And I think when you get them all set up with Ring, Planet Cracker could come out. Oh, but Ring's on the other side, so that's not going to work so well.
Speaking of Ring, huge 3-man Ring, the silence on the back end, and Dive Hard just going to get completely blown up in this one. The cap is still running on the other side, though. Somebody's got to go back. Actually, eventually the minions will get it on their own, but we are going to see a 4-for-0 exchange. Tass, though, just walking through Dive Hard here, and we'll start their own cap on the other side. But yeah, to your point, I just don't know if there's a whole lot of CC to be able to set it up. Most of it's going to be provided probably by Kel'Thuzad, so you could possibly lay the Planet Cracker on top of that, but that's kind of what Shadowfisher's already for, so I'm just like, maybe for denial, like he can Planet Cracker as someone's trying to cap and block it for 4 seconds? Like...
Maybe. The only other thing I can think of is maybe Planet Cracker, there it is, might want to be used because so it doesn't get interrupted as before the channel goes off. I don't know. From Varian, it's hard to say. Maybe it's just a comfort pick.
Yeah, it could be. Either way, we do see nice zoning by Tass though. Now they're going in deep. Huge taunt onto Kel'Thuzad, and he's gonna go down. And look at T-Time just walking in towards this fort area. Just right in the face of the members of Dive Hard. Kind of stealing their namesake here, Weenus.
That's right. He's definitely bushing hard, that's for sure. Burger is in trouble, though. Does take a lot of tower shots. It's surrounded and does go down.
Can we please get that as an NGS team name? Bush Hard.
Bush Hard, yeah. It's from Bush League. Phoenix taking a lot of damage. Is going to have to back off there. But the fight rages on.
Yeah, this is just turning into an all-out brawl. Meanwhile, the other generals are in the other lanes, but Ring actually not finding a landing on anybody, but it doesn't really matter. The members are still getting shredded here until Zul'jin eventually does fall. Tin still somehow alive on the back end of this. It's been kind of porting around and dealing a ton of damage, and I don't know, the members of Dive Hard definitely turning this around. A 3-for-2 exchange, and they're still trying to chase down Kurt Dog here.
The name says tin, but the reality shows hardened steel. From this Phoenix surviving these fights. It's either blown up right away, or we'll survive and we'll be get that chase down onto Johanna. That's a hard thing to do, chasing down Johanna. Although if you are running half the map, eventually it's gonna happen.
Right, yeah. She's not particularly fast. She's just incredibly hard to stop. It kind of reminds me of the Carbot episode. Just walking away. Unstoppable. Yeah, it's almost like she's got unstoppable in her base kit. What do you know?
Both teams getting close to 16. Getting some push in the bottom lane from Dive Hard. They want that fort.
Yeah.
Camp is picked up from that Tass, though, to help push out the middle lane pressure.
Yeah, they're pushing it in pretty hard down here in the bot lane, and they are going to end up getting 16, just a sliver before Tass, though. But still anybody's game at this point. Just one good objective from Tass, though, and a couple good team fights. Speaking of which, here they come. They are charging in. Berger looking for a taunt, trying to find it on pretty much anybody other than Muradin, but none. Nuck turns around, hits a huge combo, and that's going to send Tass, though, running the other direction.
Yeah, they don't really necessarily have anything to save in this bottom lane now that the fort is gone. They want to definitely not try and lose anybody before the next objective. That's always feels bad when you lose someone right before the objective spawning. But actually, this is actually favors Dive Hard because they are able to back up, clear out this camp before the objective starts.
Yeah, that camp was starting to beat down a little bit on the mid fort, but Kurt Dog trying to zone the members of Tass, though. Really split, though, is Tass, though, as Kel'Thuzad goes all the way around to the back end, and now it's going to get turned on, taunted, and blown up. No, he makes it out. Huge holy ground there, and the sanctification on the back end. Suddenly, they're going to turn this around. Crypt Digger comes out of the ice block to end up getting blown up. Phoenix falls on the other side. But this is just turning into a straight-up bloodbath. 1-for-3 exchange in favor of Dive Hard, as now they are looking to turn this one around. As Tass, though, been dominating quite a lot of these fights, but now it's all about Dive Hard, turning it around.
Absolutely. It seemed almost like KTZ was bait there, waiting for everyone to go on, and then Serial laying down, protecting, and really starting that counter engage there, and that's going to be a 5-man wipe.
Yeah, it's a big
hunt
stagger.
Down every last member of Dive Hard.
Yeah, it's a big stagger too. Now, 35 seconds until Johanna's up. They're going to cap this and only need 50 seconds on the charge, so they're going to be able to get quite a lot of it before Tass, though, can really try to take advantage. But more importantly, Weenus, they now have nearly a full level lead and a massive wave pushing in bots. So there's a lot of stuff that Tass though has to worry about here.
Absolutely. Now, getting into 16 minutes here, this objective is going to push a little bit harder. There's less structures available to push them back from that task, though. They do have their mid fort up still, but I don't see that lasting through this objective. And I don't think that there's going to be a chance to re-engage on this objective either from that task, though. They're going to pick up their camp because that's what they can do. Interesting, there's been no boss plays yet.
Yeah, I'm not particularly surprised about it. The boss on these maps are very, very weak. They're really only useful as like cannon fodder. So if you're gonna go in like to try to win or to try and take a keep, it can be nice that it'll soak up the shots, but it does almost no damage. The things are really worthless, especially compared to these mid camps that, like you said, spawn constantly and deal a ton of damage with the armor shred. Like, it's not even worth making a boss call if these are on the map and available.
If you see the other enemy going for a boss, take their bruiser camp.
That's what I'm saying.
Siege camp, rather. You might be well off as the mid fort will go down.
Yeah, very nice play to start off here. Huge sanctification on the backside. And look at the planet cracker value as the stun comes out from Murd and Gunslinger, saying, no, Varian, you are going to stay in that beam, and you are going to like it, sir. As an early kill, pushing in with this objective. It's pushing in every lane, and now they're starting to head in towards the mid-keep.
If you're looking for a choke point, create your own by making the enemy team filter through their own gate.
Yeah, the meme beam hog. That's very well said, Ace. And we are going to see the rotation to the top lane now as they look to make this a double keep play and dive hard, taking control of the map. They're going to pick up their level 20s, and they're going to look to see if they can maybe find a kill or two to finish this game off.
With this kill on Johanna, I think they will be able to end if they wanted to, but it looks like maybe they're going to back off. Maybe they'll re-engage. Let's see.
Tin goes back in. Psych! Tass Dingo going to be popped to keep him up on the other side from tea time. The chains do come out, and we see a little potential combo there, but the jump in and the taunt on the other side. This is just going back and forth. The ring is going to come out, only hitting Kalthazad, however, and the combo only hitting Berger. Nice ice block dodge there from Crypt Digger. And neither of these teams seem to be able to secure a kill right now, Weenus, but Wise Guy rotating through, taking a couple tower shots, and now they're on the run.
Absolutely. Curly and Wise Guy both took a path around on the bottom. Oh, and it's...
Oh, the taunt!
Oh, it's... No! There it is.
But Berger's now in a little bit of trouble as they look to re-engage him. Tin goes in. Is this an A round?
All mid. Fight. Get the kill on Varian and Zul'jin. And now here's a third kill onto Jaina.
Just imagine if this match hadn't been casted, Weenus. We'd never be able to see these shenanigans.
Absolutely. With the Chief Keep down and 4 members as well from that task, though, it should be able to end, but Johanna's not giving it up and wants to come in and see if she can prevent this from being GG's.
Yeah, Kurt Dog trying to zone. You got to be careful. This big bearded core hits like crazy. And you don't want to underestimate it. Tin taking a ton of damage from it as it looks to maybe do a little Sonya impression with the spin to win. And Kurt Dog again with just a massive condemn, but it's not going to be enough. Game 1 is going to go over to dive hard.
My goodness, it was certainly hammer time at the end of that game. Yeah, so, objective control from Dive Hard was really good. I don't think they really dropped behind at all. Once they got the lead, they held on to it rather well. I like that they started their camps early, and it always helps when you win team fights and start getting an advantage lead in tier and talent as well. So, but it was fun to watch, and like with all this back and forth action, it was close because you'd see one team go in, either get the kills or fail, and then they'd back up, and then they'd be chased by the other team, and then it'd be a re-engage and a counter-engage, and it was that's a lot of fun to watch.
Wait, maybe we can do this. Go back in. No, we can't do it. Run. No, wait, maybe.
Who's in control of this fight?
It's almost like a tug of war. It's like one team would start to back up, and then the other team would pull them back in. And the other team would start to back up, and they'd pull them back in. But
absolutely.
All I know is that if that was just the first of 2 games to watch from these teams, I look forward to seeing the second one. They seem pretty evenly matched overall. Dive Hard just started winning a few of those later game team fights and started getting ahead in level. So definitely could see a world where we could see another really good back and forth game here in the other game in the series.
Yeah, I have a feeling if it's anything like this game, I have a feeling it's going to be close. And there's going to be a lot of Benny Hill back and forth fights. That's what happens when you do a full engage and you kill no one, or you kill one person. Like, it's still possible. Like, if they knock 2 of your team down, you're like, all right, we need to leave now. But when it's questionable, that's when it's funny.
All right, so we are going to load up Infernal Shrines here for game number 2.
I'm going to re-log into BattleNet because it doesn't like me doing replay files.
Yeah. We got to get to those replays faster, people. We got to make sure they don't patch the game. Blizzard, can you please wait on these balance patches until we're done with replay files? Come on. Priorities.
I know. Yeah, if you're looking for quality of life updates, that's what we need.
Just hold it. All right. Yeah, this is actually, I think that it's funny because I developed I moved around the overlays so it would actually fit, not perfectly, but it would fit, more or less with the non-Aliabs UI. And then this is the first one that I've actually casted that's not on the same patch, so kind of glad I'm doing this so I can actually use it.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Well, I am in, and I am at -30, so you just let me know when you're ready to go.
I am ready to go. Are you still sharing your screen?
Ooh, I don't think so, but I don't know if that was actually working too well for us last time, because it seemed like you were still being very clairvoyant in your team fight calling.
Yeah, it let me catch up a couple times. I was catching up pretty much the whole time because for some reason mine plays a little bit faster.
Aha.
So I will try to line it up a little bit better this time. Maybe there's also the delay from Discord, so it's quite exciting.
All right. Well,
but I'm ready to go when you are.
We'll start at -30 on the game clock. Let's get this going. 3, 2, 1, play. All right, and we are loaded in here for game number 2 in this Division C West matchup. And the teams totally switched sides on me. I'm not going to forget to move this all around. By the way, I'm so glad that you put these into specific logo folders. So nice. So I can find them so much easier now. Anyway, on the left, this time it's Dive Hard. We are going to have Curly playing the Stukov. We also have Wise Guy playing the Tyrael. Tin going to be back once again on his Phoenix. Gunslinger going to be playing a Nubarak. And finally, we have Wise Guy on the Tyrael.
And here we go on the red side, red team. We have that Tass though with Kurt Dog on Hanzo, Trevorrow on Garrosh, Veranorf on Lucio, Berger on Sonya, and Crypt Digger on that Kale Tass.
All right, and instead of pausing the game, this time I'm going to try a little something different for fixing the sound, but now we are back in. That worked perfectly. All right, so right away, 4-man rotation, very tight, very well done here to start off by Dat Tass, though. We are going to see Lucio being able to give them the speed. We do have the tether coming out there from Nuck, but a nice job from Dat Tass, though. Just sticking with Maiev. As soon as she tethers you like that, Weenus, best counter is just give her a hug until the tether expires and just don't get stunned. Like that.
Exactly. you don't want to follow her, go give her that little hug, and you won't get pulled back. However, sometimes it's even more dangerous because you'll be right in the arms of the enemy team too if they're paying attention.
Right.
Gosh, escaping very, very low there, but does get away. Yeah, in the top lane, it's it's the most exciting lane of the game.
Right. Of
Phoenix versus Sonya. I think I favor Phoenix in that matchup for sure.
Yeah, it'll definitely go back and forth. Little advantage to Sonya when she's got some minions to spin and win on. But I don't know about you, Weenus, but I've been very interested to see that Sonya's been making a little bit of a comeback into the meta recently, it seems.
Yeah, no, I like Sonya quite a bit. I do handicap myself though because I always go leap, even though it's not necessarily the ult to choose. It's just more fun, and girls just want to have fun, including Sonya, including Amazon warriors.
Amazon warrior girls also like to have fun, indeed.
That's right.
Trevorrow in deep here, building up the armor, really. Just wants to keep that nice and high. And the toss over, but wait a minute, Nuck actually gets the kill from over the wall.
Oh my goodness.
But Anubarak and Maya fall on the other side. Oh, that was great.
That was so close, though. Garrosh hanging out with 0 HP for so long. I'm surprised. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. And maybe, if it didn't go directly into Nuck, might have even lived there. Could have maybe gone to the bottom part of that gate and made it to the other side. But anyway, Dive Hard getting, I don't know, I guess the one first blood for Tass, though, getting the 2 first bloods. I don't know, it's all at the same time. Either way, pull does come in. Huge silence off the back end. And the fan of knives from Nuck just ripping apart the members of Tass, though. So they get a quick couple kills and a very timely couple of kills as here comes the first map objective.
Yeah, Nuck is the sound of those blades going into the back of your head. You hate to hear it, but at least you know what it is.
That's an extension on Murda's saying. You hate to hear it, ladies and gentlemen.
You hate to hear it. You hate to feel it. You hate to hear it. You hate to see it, but you won't because it's hitting you in the back of the head. Already up to 35 minions. Dive Hard is clearing this shrine and will get the first punish. Fisher will be pushing bottom lane.
Yeah, gonna be the frozen
pull. Oof. Oh, nice. And a good pick on KT in the bottom lane.
And that is basically worst case scenario if you are Tass, though. The last thing you want is your main siege damage and clear on this Immortal going down right as it's marching onto your structures. Trevorrow, again, being knocked down to very low health here. But I like this call from Dive Hard. They're not going to overextend too much. They want to make sure to get the structures and have a good route out. But again, huge tether from Maiev. And it's actually John Cena that gets on that kill. Meanwhile, the members of Dive Hard are going to go ahead and finish off this bottom fort as their prize for winning this Punisher.
Yeah, early Punisher not super strong, but what will make it super strong is if you get picks and get kills while the other team is trying to defend. And that's exactly what Dive Hard does here. They get about at least a half level, a little bit more level lead advantage on XP. And it just lets them roll right into the next camp, right into the next source of XP, continue what they're doing, and hopefully create even more pressure. But that bottom fort is completely gone. So that's going to be a sore thumb for Tass, though, to defend with those occasional catapults coming through.
Yeah, 1 out of every 3 lanes minion spawns will now have that catapult while this bottom fort's down. But it's also more trickle XP for the side of Dive Hard. So it's really nice to be able to get that fort off of what is normally considered a pretty weak early map objective with these Punishers. So it's going to give them a little bit of an XP advantage in the rest of this game until Tass, though, can maybe find themselves a fort later in the game to even it out.
Yeah, Tass, though, needs to be really careful right now because there's 5 members of Dive Hard, and that is exactly what they are going to do in this fight for the objective as they claim Hanzo's life, Sonya as well. And Garrosh is going to run for the gates, does not complete the toss on Wise Guy over the wall, and will fall himself. Ooh, this is looking good for Dive Hard on this objective.
Yeah, and level 10's coming in as well now for Dive Hard. They're going to go Judgment to pair with the Planet Cracker, Warden's Cage, Massive Shove, and the Cocoon.
Warden Cage and Planet Cracker this time, a lot of synergy. I think that'll help quite a bit.
Yeah, not that it wasn't effective last game, much to my surprise, but they definitely have more combo for it. Here it is. The Judgment is in, the pull-in with the Warden's Cage, beam going right into the center.
Wow.
And holy cow, that's going to be a nice pick. I will say this much though, Weenus. That is 3 different ults used just for the one Hanzo kill. I mean, it's good, but is it worth is really the question.
It absolutely is worth, and here's why. Tass, though, they're not 10. They don't have 10 yet. Their ults for Dive Hard might be back up by the time that Tass, though, finally gets their heroics as well. So it's kind of like a free use. Use them while you got them because you got the advantage. By the time the next team fight comes, they're all going to be back up anyways.
Yeah, still be about 30 seconds difference, but I agree. I think that Tass, though, is going to have a lot of cleanup work to do, and they will have the level 10s for this, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see if Tass, though, could take advantage of these ults being down, and meanwhile, Dive Hard already heading in towards those 13 talents, going to be coming up within a pretty short window here, where Tass, though, is going to be on the same talent tier to be able to really contest this.
Absolutely, you're right. It is about 20 seconds now, still on those cooldowns for those heroics, so not quite as much of a reset as I was expecting.
The question is, does Tass, though, are they cognizant of those cooldowns? Of course, they don't see what we see in our god tier view of the game here, but they do charge in. They know they have the heroics, and Dive Hard kind of responds. We do see the Hanzo being cocooned on the backside. Crypt Digger also being caught out here, and he is going to end up going down. Sound Barrier not quite in time to save his life. The whiff on the arrow going after Tin there. And so it is just going to be the one kill for the side of Dive Hard.
That's all they're going to need here. They had already started clearing this shrine. They had an advantage. They're getting up to about 30 now. This will go. The lanes are pushed in the bottom lane, and you know, Tass, though, realize that they're not going to be able to get this. They're going to split down into middle, see if maybe they can get some siege damage before defending top.
And I just...
Maybe... sorry, continue?
I just realized, sorry, I had the wrong logo up there for Tass, though. Feels bad, man, but we got that fixed now. And, yeah, you were saying?
Well, it looks like they want to do some kind of a trade for mid fort versus top fort, but top fort is down, and it looks like that Tass is going to have to retreat for a full defense on the bottom here to protect their keep. All clumped up though. Could see something. Planet Cracker maybe come out from downtown. I'm not sure. Down comes Warden's Cage. Planet Cracker comes out. A lot of damage on to Sonya. Does not secure the kill. But the Punisher is going to keep pushing with about a third of its health left. Phoenix comes out as well to cut off the retreat and does get a kill onto the Stukov. Still quite a big fight here in a 3v5. Punisher goes down, and now it's becoming dangerous as towers are still up, taking shots on Dive Hard, getting a kill onto Tyrael. That trait value just not quite connecting there.
Yeah, very nice defense coming in from Tass, though. They're able to turn away Dive Hard, save their keep. And Dive Hard getting, really living up to their namesake. They were very aggressive, especially in a world where Phoenix is out split pushing. I like the call. I like that Tin is down here, getting a further XP lead in the soak, grabbing these camps to be able to put pressure on the side lanes, but the rest of the members of Dive Hard, they also have to react with that knowledge, knowing that they're in a 4v5, even with the Punisher. Diving that far in, probably not the best idea.
Yeah, and they were diving super hard. Down a man. It was a 4v5, and they were diving past a tower, past a fort. And then even when they lost Maev, I believe it was, they're still fighting.
Still looking for those kills, man. Just trying to
I
get
love
Phoenix
it.
maximum value. I think that's
All in. Yeah, and if they had gotten that kill with the Warden's Cage and the Planet Cracker, you know, maybe that full in tactic would have worked out a little bit better, but it's always dangerous to push past forts and towers if you're not going to, for sure, win the fight.
And I love this call. They see multiple members in the bot lane responding to all this pressure that Phoenix has been putting on, and they will look to try and get some more damage onto this keep. Web Wrap goes down to zone Garrosh away. Worth noting that the Dragon Arrow was burned there, but they're just going to be able to escape in this situation. Leap actually going to try and come out from Berger here to stop their retreat. The pull in actually from Maev and the massive shove to at least push Lucio back, but they're on the chase here, Weenus.
Yeah, Tass, though, is going to get distracted by Phoenix here a little bit and change targets, and Phoenix does a really good job of kiting and pulling the rest of the team away from the retreating members of Dive Hard.
Yeah, now it's 5v5, though. Level 16's in for Dive Hard, so they definitely want to see some sort of retreat and reset for Tass, though. They have some time to still try to soak out level 16 here, but they're going to have to be very efficient with the way they split out into these lanes and get the XP if they want 16 before this next shrine in the bot lane.
Absolutely, and the real problem here is the objective. All the lanes push so far into Tass, though, territory, and with the extra pressure that you get from the catapults, you're going to have to clean those lanes up or you're going to lose a keep like top keep, which is already pretty far damaged down below half. So this, you know, do you defend the keeps that you have, or do you go all in on the objective and try to prevent another Punisher pushing? I think there's no way they're going to be able to pick up 16 before this fight either, so it's a tough choice.
Yeah, it's not a choice that I would relish making. I think in most situations you have to just try to soak out 16, and if they get it, they get it. You can try and get a fight once you're on the same talent tier, and it looks like that is the call from Tass. This is of course a very experienced amateur squad over on the side of Tass, though, so you're going to see these kind of good macro decisions, even if their play isn't completely perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. They went and they soaked everything they could in the mid and in the bottom without pushing past the objective. That's a dangerous spot to be in, but they couldn't quite get 16. But Sonya going in for the camp invade.
I like this call. The members of Dive Hard stalling out the Punisher a little bit so they can get these other camps and get side lanes pushing. But Sonya kind of doing the same thing. A little dangerous, but splitting out into enemy territory and going to pick up the camp to just deny it up here in the top, and then should be able to be back and at least help a little bit with this. As Kurt Dog actually being the bold one, taunting the Punisher over the wall, but that's Hanzo's not exactly the one you want eating that. And we will see level 16 coming out, but now no Hanzo on the defense here.
Absolutely. And then you're also going to see Garrosh blown up as well. I think we need Sonya back maybe a little bit earlier. Now it's a 3v5. It can be, you know, a 14-minute Punisher. It's still got most of its health left. If any other members fall here from Tass, though, this could be game. It might be game anyways.
Yeah, but to your point, the call is definitely defend on the core and do not die. Berger getting very low, actually goes just far enough into the Planet Cracker that is going to end up going down. Kurt Dog coming back just in time to get the arrow out, but that is going to be it. Game 2 and the series is going to go over to Dive Hard 2-0. And
Yes.
Do you think the captain's around at 2 a.m. for an interview? Nah, probably not.
We should probably ping him in at least 12 channels, as many channels as we can find. Isn't everyone awake at 2 a.m.?
You know, you would think,
like,
right?
It's the dead zone, because like even if you're on the East Coast, you're like, oh, it's a 3-hour difference. Like 5 a.m. Nah, it's still too early. What are you gonna do? I guess it would work out on Japan time. So, you know, if if Sky Bunny's ever on a team captain, we can always ping her on Japan time. It's a
there you
17
go.
hours difference.
I mean, maybe we could just interview Sky Bunny even if she's not the team captain. What did you think of this match?
Well, some of that happened last night, I believe, on Linehouse's cast, and it was delightful. Slight delay of game, so they just pulled the captains in, have a conversation, pulled in some from chat. It was great.
All right, well, there we go. All right, well, that's going to do it for us, guys. Thanks to Ace and anyone else that did come hop in and check out this late night impromptu replay cast. Got to thank Weenus for joining me. I'll have to do this again sometime soon, Weenus. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and maybe we can do it live, or at least on a patch that we can both watch together at the same time.
Hey, that would be a good idea. I think we fared pretty well without it, though.
Yeah, well played to both teams, Dive Hard and Tass, though. A lot of fun to watch. Thanks for participating in NGS this season, and look forward to seeing both you guys continue as we get further into NGS Season 6.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us. For NGS, I am Jason. That guy over there is Weenus. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.